Let's spill some tea. Hey guys, what's the crack? So today I'm going to be talking about my experience when I went to the Tony Awards, which was incredible. So I attended the Tony Awards June 2016, so it was the 70th Tony Awards, which is arguably, in my opinion, the most buzzed or spoken about Tony Awards for the last while, primarily, if not entirely, because of Hamilton. So the Tony Awards took place in the Beacon Theatre as opposed to usually be taking place in the Radio City Music Hall, but this year took place in Beacon Theatre because the Rockettes had a summer show on that year. And the reason why that's very interesting to note is because the Radio City Music Hall seats roughly 5,900 people, which is a huge, incredible number. The Beacon Theatre only seats 2,900, so it's give or take 3,000 seating capacity difference. So primarily, in general, the biggest thing about that year was that the Tony Awards were very, very difficult to get tickets to. It was near impossible to get tickets to the Tony Awards, and a lot of tickets were only made available if you knew somebody who's in a current production or was a big influencer that year on Broadway. So how did I get to the Tony Awards? Just a random individual. My friend, her mother wrote the score for a musical that year that was on Broadway, and that score won the actresses, and the musical was nominated for, got 20 nominations. Probably, I think there was other nominations on top of that as well, but those are the three biggest ones off the top of my head that I can think of. The productions that year that were nominated were Hamilton, obviously, Waitress, Shuffle Along, School of Rock, and there's one other one that was also nominated. Bright Star, sorry. How did I forget that one? The day before, so the previous month, I knew that my friend's mother, the musical, had been nominated for certain awards, and never in my wildest dreams did I even imagine that I'd be attending the Tony Awards, because it's not something that happens. Like, any theatre fan dreams of going to the Tony Awards, just being a part of the whole experience. It was never something I thought was going to happen. But the night before, or the evening before, even like early morning, I think whatever, let's say if it's a Saturday night, I believe the Friday morning, the previous day, I got a call from my friend. She was like, hey, she's like, what's up? And I was like, yeah, what's up? Like, I didn't think anything, I just thought she was ringing me to see how things were. And I was like, so what's going on? And she was like, oh, just curious, would you like to come to the Tony Awards? And I literally fell in a heap on the floor. Literally, my friends were in the apartment with me. I had the day off work. Me and my friends were all hanging out in my apartment in Prospect Park. And I literally fell in a heap on the floor, and I was like, oh my god, no. I swear to god, my friends thought like someone in my family had died. They came in to me and be like, Sean, what's wrong? And I was like, oh my god, I got a ticket to Tony Awards. And they were like, fuck you, Sean. Like, we thought someone was dead. They like left me in a heap on the floor. So that was fine. But then I had to go and meet my siblings that day because we'd planned to go to Coney Island. So I was like, I'm gonna go to the Coney Island, it's fine, and then I'll like sort out everything for the Tony Awards later on. I had to have a black suit. It was a black tie event for the Tony Awards. It was the day before the Tony Awards. I had no way in hell of getting access to a black tuxedo. Now I went to a tuxedo store to like suss out getting a tux, but they told me that like it was impossible for them to have a tux ready for me for the following day. So I was like, crap, I've got no tux. But 2 weeks before that, my nephew was christened and I had a navy suit. So I messaged my friend, I was like, hey, is there any chance I could wear a navy suit? Here's a photo of me in the suit. And my friend was like, yeah, that's totally fine. My mother says it's fine, it's all good. I was like, sweet, thank you, Jesus. So I had a suit sorted and I was ready to go. Next problem was that I was scheduled to be working the following day. So I worked in Midtown just as a server, and I knew for a fact that had I requested the day before for the day off the Tony Awards, I wasn't going to get it, just because I know it was a Sunday and everything, it was a quiet day in work, but I just knew that it wasn't going to happen for me because I was only new in the job. So I rang up my friends who also worked in that restaurant with me, and I was like, yo guys, I was like, I got tickets to the Tony Awards, what should I do? And my friends were like, oh my god, you can't come to work, like you have to go to the Tony Awards. Bottom line, don't even think twice about this. And I was like, okay, fine. So the following morning, I rang up my job and I was like, hey guys, super sick, can't come in. Think I've got like food poisoning, sorry. And they were like, oh, okay, it's fine, don't worry about it. So then that night, the previous night I went out, and this is probably the worst decision I ever made, the night before I went out. Before Tony Awards I went out, and for some reason I ended up with the worst hangover of my life the morning of the Tony Awards. And I remember sitting on the subway with my friend, and she was like, are you okay? Like, are you able for these Tony Awards? Can you attend them? Like, do you feel okay? I was like, no, like I'm gonna die. Like I'm gonna die before I get there. So anyways, dramatic as I was, I made my way to my brother's place to get my suit so I could get ready for the Tony Awards. got dressed, got a cab to my friend's house. And I remember the moment that I realised that this is going to be an incredible night was when, as we pulled up in the cab to the Beacon Theatre, I remember I saw Andy Mientus and Michael Arden outside, and they were just running like along, not even running, they were kind of like quickly like making their way across the street. And I was like, oh my god, I was like, Sean, you are going to be in the company of incredible people tonight. Like, this is something that doesn't happen regularly, so just like take and appreciate every little second of this night. Hence the reason why I have very little photos or like Snapchats or anything from that night, because I literally just had my phone in my pocket and I was like, you were just going to experience this for what it is. So we rocked with the Tony Awards. I had my ticket in my hand, my friend and her mother were sitting elsewhere, and I was sitting with another guest, and we sat at the back of the orchestra, or the stalls, whatever you want to call it, of the Beacon Theatre. We had a phenomenal view, and I remember just walking in. I think it was Angela Lansbury was like around me at some stage. I think it was Angela Lansbury, some person who I recognised from films, and I was like, oh my god, like this is not real, this is not real life. And then I saw Megan Hilty. She like walked past me to get to her seat, and I was literally like wetting myself with excitement. I was like, I cannot deal with all this. And this was even before the Tony Awards had started. Unfortunately, the night before was the incident in Orlando in Pulse. So at the very start of the night, I can't remember who it was, presumably it was director or producer, came out on stage, or maybe it was James Corden. James Corden hosted that year's Tony Awards and did a phenomenal job. But someone came out on stage and they were like, we all know what happened last night in Pulse. The Tony Awards is still going ahead, but because of this, Hamilton will not be Hamilton are performing, sorry, but they will not be performing using their muskets or the guns or whatever they had in the performance, which was totally understandable. So that year the Tony Awards, obviously I said the musicals that were nominated, phenomenal performances. Obviously Hamilton was fantastic, Waitress was brilliant, Sarah Bareilles came out and performed, Jessie Mueller crushed it. Cynthia fucking Erivo killed me that night with her performance of It's Here, or I'm Here. Absolutely died that day. Bryce Sarah's fantastic, School of Rock. Yeah, Shuffle Along was great. There's some fantastic shows. I can't remember what else was nominated that year, what other revivals there was. There was The Colour Purple, Fiddle on the Roof. Not a huge Fiddle on the Roof fan, so that was fine. But the whole entire Tony Awards performance was just incredible. Like, it was so interesting to see all these little things taking place behind the scenes. Like, I remember before the actual, ceremony started, they'd done a few things of smaller, the smaller awards that they don't actually show live on TV. They did like, they recorded those, they announced the winner. I just remember like thinking like how incredible it was to be in this environment and to be surrounded by these people, and they got the program for the Tony Awards, and it was just incredible. But then it was after the Tony Awards that it got really, really interesting. So we left the Beacon Theatre. The after party was taking place downstairs at the Plaza. I had never been to the Plaza before in my life. I didn't even know what to expect from the Plaza. But we got there, and anyone that's been to the Plaza, like the shopping area court downstairs, the food court, that there's so much on offer, and it's so freaking expensive. Like, I went to get a hot chocolate there only last week. I was in New York. I think it cost me $5.50 or $6 for just a regular. But the whole entire after party for the Tony Awards was a free-for-all. You didn't pay for anything. You literally ordered what you wanted and you got it back. They had wine, Prosecco, whatever you want, just like rolling around the place. I am pretty certain I got half drunk off the wine in that venue. I was like, I'm getting drunk here. Like, I'm being offered all this fancy wine and drink. I'm going to take full advantage of it, which I did. But I was coming around the corner and it was I can't even pronounce his name. Lin-Manuel Miranda was in front of me, and I was like, oh my god. So I was with my two friends at the time. One of my friends was like, listen, we're here, we might as well just approach him. I was like, shit, okay, let's go. So we approached Lynn, and then had a really nice conversation with him. We just spoke about, Hamilton, what he was doing, and how incredible the show was. I've yet to see Hamilton, as many people, but like most people, I've not seen the show yet. I've just heard the soundtrack and seen that clips of it online. But we were talking to Lynn, saying how incredible we thought the show was, and he was like, oh, thank you so much, I appreciate it. And then the interesting thing was, one of my friends asked him for a photo. I didn't notice this the entire night before. Up until now, I didn't even notice this. And she was like, can I get a photo? And he was like, we don't really do photos here. Like, kind of like have a look around. Like, not in a cheeky way, he was being so nice. He was like, look around. Nobody's taking photos. And I kind of looked around and I was like, oh my god, yeah, like literally, like nobody's taking photos around here. Like, this is so bizarre. Why is nobody taking photos? But basically, I think because there's so many people in this venue, that it'd be stupid for everyone to be asking for photos, because you could just be taking photos all night long. So either way, I don't know if it was him individual or if it was in general, but he was taking absolutely no photos of anyone. Super sweet guy anyways, he was really, really nice. I met, you know, Steve Martin, Bettina Miller, Jenna Oshkowitz, Aaron Tveit, who else was there? There was literally so many people that I just could not comprehend what was going on. I'm pretty sure like I died and came back to life that night. Like for me as a theatre fan, to meet all these people was just absolutely incredible. So the night kind of went on, and then we ended up going to this, I presume is somewhere else in the plaza. Like the whole night for me is like a bit of a blur because I was so like on high the whole night. We went to some other part in the plaza anyways, and you know, it's kind of the dancing part, it was a bit more relaxed as opposed to like, you know, before it was like the food and wine, pick what you wanted and go. And that was fantastic as well. Like I was literally walking around, and that's where like, I remember I was like standing somewhere and like Jenna Oshkowitz was like right in front of me, and then I literally brushed past Aaron Tveit, and Carmen Cusack was there, and it was just, the whole entire night was incredible. And the thing about it as well was that even though you knew that you were around all these fantastic celebrities and people, they were all so nice, and I feel like they genuinely looked at everyone in that room or building as like an equal. There was no one thinking they were better than anyone. It was really genuinely just people supporting everybody else and being friendly and kind to each other. So yeah, that was my experience at the Tony Awards. It was phenomenal. I genuinely felt like the luckiest person in the world, even though there was like a total of like probably 3,000 people in the building with me, but like to watch all these performers perform right there in front of you and to be surrounded by these incredible influencers, composers, actors, choreographers, set designers, it was just something like I'll never be able to witness again, truthfully. Unless I end up going to Tony Awards again, who fucking knows. I could go this year, highly unlikely, but you know, it could happen some year. But no, thank you guys for watching my video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you all for the next video. And if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them below and just ask me. But thank you very much.